Hello and good evening. Uh, Mic is on. Sister that is stuck in heavy traffic, so she might be a little bit delayed. But before she comes in, let's start with today's topic. Is that fine with everybody? Yep. So a paper and a pen is coming on your way, and we'll do a very small exercise to understand today's topic. Anybody knows today's topic? No? We've got a half house full today. Attuning with the inner power. How do I tune myself with the inner power that I have? But the first question is, am I aware of my inner powers? Or do I even know that I have some powers? What is your comment on that? What is your understanding on that? Anyone? Yeah? Yeah?
I think on good days, I realize I have inner power. So I reflect back on like the achievements, or when I do daily tasks, I think, I've got inner power. But I think when something goes wrong, it's harder to gain or feel.
Okay, so the lady says that on a good days when she's able to match up with her expectations and able to perform, she thinks she has inner power. But days which are difficult and challenging, there is a doubt there, or she's not able to recognize. We would be having a mic that would be revolving. So if you want to say anything, it's better you say on mic, so our online viewers can also hear you. You had to say something? Did you have to say something? No. How do you define power? What is the definition of power? Yeah, let the mic come to you.
But for me, the definition of power is, first of all, it's our inner strengths, I think, are always there, but whether or not we can access them, which is difficult, that's probably through the process of meditation. And power to me is when I'm not influenced by outside events and completely taken over by them. That's, to me, when I have power.
Great. Anybody else? Thank you for sharing that. How would you guys define power?
Power is more a control. Control.
Okay. Is there any difference between force and power? What's the difference? I'm stimulating your minds so that it's quite ready by the time our speaker comes. It's very what just comes to my mind right now is we all have seen an egg, right? When we apply force on egg, it breaks. What happens? A life ends. But when there is power, it breaks from within and life creates. Do you understand? If I allow the egg to just be there, it will regenerate inside, and it will break one day. But because it's breaking from within, there is a life that comes out. But if I'm applying force and breaking it from outside, I'm ending some beautiful process of nature. Yeah? So what does force do? Force, many a times, creates pain. Have you ever experienced that? Creates control, creates some kind of discomfort. How many times we have started to exercise after a span of time. You're forcing ourselves to jog. We're forcing ourselves to, take a leg and, do an exercise. And what happens after that? We have spasms, right? There's pain because there's force there. But if I'm gently building up every day, little by little, little by little, little by little, one day I might be able to carry weights, which is more than 100 kgs. That's strength. I'm building up with my strength. So, coming back to the first question again, how many of you really think all of us, or me, on a personal level, means you, have inner power? Or there's much more than what I think I am? Absolutely. Let's try. I'm not getting a yes with conviction from everyone. So let's try a little game, okay? A little activity. Ready? It's like a fun thing, but to discover ourselves, to discover what's within me. So everybody has a pen? Okay. This is a little game we want to do. And what you have to do is check if your pen's working. And how would you check? I need a plain paper. So if you've written something, make sure that it is on a different page, right? What you need to do is not much, but yeah. So what you need to do is just check if you can put a point on your paper and the pen's working. Yeah? Yeah. Don't do anything now. Your task is that you have to just put dots on the page. Not now when I say start, right? But before we start, you have got 1 minute to do it, which is 60 seconds. Rough estimate. In 60 seconds, how many dots do you think you will be able to put on the paper? Okay, whatever your estimate is, just write on the top right corner of your page. Just be honest with yourself. Be realistic. 60 seconds. Done? Done? Written? Everybody? Right? Can we have a time? Okay, we have the timer there. When I say start, you start. When I say stop, you stop. But we've got rules, right? Let me just say 3 rules. Rule number 1, you have to do this with your maximum speed. You cannot stop in between. You cannot do tang, tang, tang. You have to do it with your maximum. Wait. Don't start, right? The next is you can't stop in between. The third thing, you don't have to count while you are doing. So no counting, just enjoy the process. Just enjoy the process. Don't count. Maximum speed, right? Give your 100%, okay? And last, third, don't look at other people's paper. No copying. Yeah? No comparing. Oh, that one is fast. Let me do faster. Nothing. You maintain your speed, your fastest speed. You're not counting. You're enjoying the process. And then we see what happens after a minute. Right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. Maximum speed, as fast as you can. You don't have to look at the design of it, no shape, no size, nothing. Just get on moving, right? As fast as you can. I know you can do much faster. You have to just enjoy. You're not counting it. You're just being as fast as you can. You've got 30 more seconds. Faster, faster, faster. Enjoy the process. 10 more seconds. As fast, 15 more seconds. As fast as you can be. Just enjoy the process. Don't stop. Don't get tired. Continue as fast as you can. 10 seconds more. 10, 9, 8. Faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Fun? Fun? Now just look at the number that you had written on the top. Did it match? Or do you think it's somewhere closer? Or do you think it's far more than what you had estimated? Everybody? Far more? That means you have more power than you think. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that on a daily basis we underestimate ourselves? So if I say I had written 100 and I ended up, you can go home and count, but if you have ended up doing 300, on a daily basis, I underestimate myself 3 times, at least. And today's topic is all about understanding how powerful I am and how I can tune myself to my inner power. And our speaker is here, so I would like to welcome Sister Priti. She looks after our center in South London, and she's been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for past 25 years. So over to you, Sister, for today's topic. Thank you.
Everyone. Good evening. Sorry I'm a bit late. Very interesting topic. Attuning to your powers. Attuning to power or attuning to your own powers. So first and foremost, to understand when you say attuning to powers, what does that mean? You know, everything that you see has its own powers. Okay. For example, a musician also, when he's going to play, say, any musical instrument, okay, he checks whether the instrument is in tune. So if it's a guitar or a sitar, he checks for the strings, whether everything is okay, whether the strings are broken, loose, whatever, and then he tunes it. He makes them tight enough for the right vibration to be caught. So then the right sound is heard the way he wants the sound to be heard, right? This is what is done before every performance. Yeah? So every musician will do this for any musical instrument, so that the performance that instrument and that person who's playing the instrument is perfect, so that the audience gets the maximum benefit. Everything that we do is one, to serve ourselves and to serve others. So if you look at the musician also, they are there to serve the audience, that is to give them that happiness and peace of mind that comes with listening to that perfect music that is played, right? That is what it is for. It's not just about earning money and spending money, but it is about that happiness, deep happiness that comes for the musician who plays that music, right? And for the people who are listening to that music, right? That's why they are there, and that's why he's there or she's there on the stage, right? Earning money is the secondary part, actually. And if we are in tune with our own powers, with our own self, then we can give the best performance. Whether it's the musician giving the performance, or whether it is us sitting here and listening, or I standing here and giving a talk. Whether it is a person cooking in her house for her family, or it is a person cooking in a hotel for their guests. Whatever we do, if we do it for our own internal happiness, and then want to give that happiness to others, then that is the best performance that we do. Then we are truly internally happy. Happiness is one of the powers that we talk about. Yeah. So we are the inner beings who are using this body to give that performance every single day. When I'm talking about happiness, as I said, with happiness, there are also so many other qualities which we have, which we want to express daily. And when we are expressing those qualities, we are at our best. We are tuning in to our powers. We are keeping our strings of our own guitar that in that exactly that much tightness so that it performs beautifully. Okay. And these strings that we have are 7 main strings, and then there are so many more which we can look at, but the 7 main ones are happiness, peace, love, purity, knowledge, or wisdom, power, that is, we say the spiritual powers, and one more. Main, okay? Kindness, compassion, all these are your innate qualities. And so what you do is to understand that we feel that the brain is doing so many things, but the brain is not. Feel that the brain is doing so many things, but the brain is not. What got you here is your determination power, which is not something physical. It is something what we say subtle, non-physical. So the non-physical, the subtle, or the spiritual rules the physical. That is you, the spiritual power, with all your spiritual powers within, the spiritual qualities within, you rule your physical body. You rule whatever physical, like for example, you're sitting on the chair. So you decide to sit on the chair. With that thought energy, you sit on the chair, right? So till you don't think it, you will not sit on the chair. Do you understand? So you're ruling over the chair. You are using the chair. You are, with your spiritual powers, ruling over the physical things that you can see. So the more and more, nowadays, what's happening is we are more in tune with, we feel physically everything should be okay, but not realizing that physically everything will be okay if I'm spiritually, you also say it as mentally, emotionally okay, then the physically I'll be able to keep it okay. And that's why attuning to your own spiritual powers is a must daily. Every single day. If you can connect with these powers daily, and if you learn to connect to your own spiritual power, which is the power of the mind and the intellect and the subconscious mind. If you learn to use these 3 powers which are within you, okay, which is connected to these powers that you, these qualities that you have, that is your natural nature. Okay, so when you learn to use this, when you learn to tune in with your mind and learn to tune your mind in such a beautiful way that you use the mind power, and then there's something called as the intellect and something called as the subconscious mind. If you learn to train your mind and tune it to the way you want to use it, then that is immense power that you generate for yourself. And the more you generate it for yourself, the more naturally it will flow outside. Naturally it will flow outside. You will naturally, without any effort, without thinking, oh, I have to tolerate this, or I have to do this, I have to do that, it will naturally flow, and you will give it to others, and people will naturally feel it from you, whether you say anything or you don't say anything, you do anything or you don't do anything, it will just be there. So tuning into these qualities every single day is so important. The more and more you think it, the more and more you start feeling it. The more and more you start feeling it, the more and more you are creating belief systems within you, which becomes a very big part of your subconscious mind, the deeper part within you. Okay, so your belief systems, your attitudes, your memory track, the way you think about your memory track, everything is stored in this. But it starts with here, with your thoughts. And that is what meditation does. Meditation helps you to tune in with yourself, attune with your own spiritual, beautiful powers that you have. Your mind is actually a very beautiful mind. You can create it, you can go to your original beautiful mind that is there, your original beautiful subconscious mind that you have. It is a very beautiful subconscious mind that you have filled with this. This is your original subconscious mind and intellect. This is what it is. So the more and more you create these thoughts, you're tuning yourself to this. Tuning yourself to this. Okay? And the more and more you're tuning in, the more and more you'll see that your mind becomes calmer. Because actually the mind needs this. Needs peace, needs happiness, needs wisdom, the right wisdom, the knowledge to know what to say no to, what to say yes to. Needs happiness, needs bliss. Okay, so that is what we do in meditation. The first step of meditation, one, is to know that you are this inner being. You're not this physical body. You're the spiritual power or the spiritual energy which runs this body of yours. You're much more powerful, much more peaceful, much more loving than what you can see in this body. This body is nothing without you. Nothing without you. And so this practice, the more and more you say this to yourself, the more and more you're attuning to your own powers. Okay. One of the things that people are dying for is love nowadays. We want love from others. And we're constantly going behind that. Whether it's love from children, whether it's love from the spouse, whether it's love from parents, friends, etc., etc., etc. The more and more we are going behind this, the more and more I am denying to myself that I have the power to give myself the love. I am love myself. I have love within me. And that is why I am able to give love outside. If I didn't have love within me, I wouldn't be able to give it outside. I give it to people, don't I? I give it to my friends, I give it to my parents, children, whoever. I have given it in the past. That means that quality is there within me. But the minute I am denying it to myself, I will then run after it outside. And the minute I deny it, I don't feel happy within myself. If I'm not happy, if I'm not peaceful, then I want to do things outside to make myself peaceful. And outside, the more and more I go outside, okay, for example, the musician is there. He needs to make the strings of that guitar right. He cannot tell someone else to do it right, as in, he cannot tell someone else, okay, now you get, your guitar needs to be played. No, he has to play his own guitar. And he has to learn how to make his guitar right. And so I have to learn how to make myself right. And learn to use my own guitar, my own love, my own purity, my own happiness, my own peace. I can be happy whenever I want to. for however long I want to. All I need to do is be in tune with myself. Keep my mind tuned to these qualities. And that is what meditation is all about. It's very simple. And how do you be in tune with these qualities? Create the thoughts. Create the thoughts. Thought energy is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Just create the thoughts, I am peace. Create the thoughts, I am happiness. Create the thought, I am the creator of my own happiness. Whatever situation comes in your life, you have a choice what to think and what to feel. It's your choice. The more and more you are in tune with those 7 qualities that were mentioned, the more and more you create thoughts of peace, love, happiness, forgiveness, care. The more and more you create those thoughts, the more and more you're generating power from within. And what happens is you are letting go of the things which will deplete you of your own powers. Anything that is not in tune with those 7 qualities are negative thoughts. Negative energy or negative thoughts. Okay, so to understand that thought energy is very important. From thoughts, everything is generated. And so the thought energy should be in tune with those 7 qualities. The more and more I'm in tune, more I'm creating beautiful energy within me. That is my natural state of being. And that is a very, very powerful way to be. And so then I can handle any situation that comes in my life, any challenges that come in my life. I just need to think peacefully, think powerfully. I can handle it. It's okay. It's not as bad as it looks like. And constantly create positive thoughts, constantly. Constantly create positive thoughts. That's how I'm using this energy, which is the biggest energy on the universe. Everything in this universe was invented because of this. Not only invented, everything that is there on this earth, in your life, is because of this energy, thought energy. As I think, so shall I be. All right. So the more and more I create, as I said, positive thoughts, the more positive things will start happening. Even if there are challenges, you'll be able to deal with it in a much better way than if you would have thought negatively. One negative thought would create a cycle of negative thoughts from one to the other to the other. And one positive thought cycle means thousands of thoughts are created by one negative thought. Okay? And one positive thought can kill 1,000 of negative thoughts. So if you observe yourself, one negative thought that is negative about yourself, negative about others, negative about any situation that comes in your life. Okay. If you observe yourself, you create one negative thought, there'll be other thoughts which are associated with it. And finally, you might go even 10 years down memory lane. You'll go all over the world and you'll come back. You'll be sitting there for hours doing nothing and feeling miserable. What you're doing there is this particular thought energy, which could have been used for you to get up, move, do things. Because there are so many things to do, right? Always. You're stopping yourself from doing it. You see how and this is what meditation does, is you start observing yourself. So from today onwards, observe one negative thought, how it creates a chain, and how does it make you feel? Very low. Low, feeling low means depleting, means finishing off your power, your energy. You don't feel good. And then that feeling flows to anything that you're doing. If you're doing things and you're doing slowly, you're doing things because you don't want to do it. Because in your mind, there are all those so many thoughts going on. Those negative thoughts with the negative feelings. And then someone else who comes in front of you also, how do you talk to them? Not very happily. You sometimes don't even want anyone in front of you also. Isn't it? And when they come and speak with you, then you're like, you are answering in a yes or a no, or like kind of go away. You're not giving them happiness because you are not feeling it yourself. But the good news is that whatever happens, you can always make yourself peaceful and happy. Challenges will come. It could be someday, it could be 5, 6 challenges, someday nothing. Someday for days together, you won't have anything. But they will always be there, and that's there in everyone's life. That's the day and age that we are in right now. Everyone faces challenges. But to realize that we have the power to face any challenge that comes in our life. We have so many powers within us. Whether it's the power to tolerate, whether it's power to face, whether it's power to decide what is right, what is wrong, whether it's power to discern what is right or what is wrong, whether it is power to cooperate, whether it's power to withdraw. That's the beautiful power. You can just withdraw from, you feel that, yeah, these people are giving me negative energy. You know, some people come and say this person is very negative. I need to keep away from him. But then if you're living with the person, or if you're working with the person day in and out, how do you keep away from the people? What meditation does, and Raj Yoga meditation, what it does is it'll help you to learn how to withdraw yourself. You, the soul, you can withdraw from what's happening outside. It's easily done. You just don't absorb what they're telling you. You know, when you're talking, okay, suppose if 3, 4 of you are sitting and chatting, yeah? How many times has it happened to you that they are talking about something else and you are somewhere else? You are in America with your friend, or in India with your parents, or wherever else. You have not heard a word of what they're saying. Does that happen? Hopefully it's not happening now, but that does happen, right? So you have the power to withdraw anytime. Anytime. So you can actually, they say, no, you're hearing, but you're not listening. So in that way, you just stop hearing, or you just stop listening to what the other person is saying. And suppose if that person is, you are hearing, you heard some words anyways, sometimes you will hear, right? Then what you can do is, the things that you think is going to affect you negatively, you negate it in your mind. That is, you say, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. For example, someone is talking negatively about some other person, all right? You don't know anything about this other third person, okay? But this person said, this person is horrible, this person is this person is that. What you do is, if that person is not going to be listening to you, now this is also a discerning power to know, and this power is there within us, all of us, okay, to know when to speak and when not to speak. Because sometimes you're going to say certain things and people are going to be not wanting to hear that. And so then there might be an argument, and you don't want to get into arguments with anyone. Okay? Arguments is foolishness, all right? So now, when that person is saying something and you just, whatever this person is saying negatively about anyone else, you just talk to yourself and say, That is this person's view, but I'm sure this person has very good qualities also. Maybe this other person was, going through some kind of a stress, and that's why he said this to this person. Or maybe he just didn't have any such intention, any bad intention when he was saying all these things or doing all these things. And so you create a positive image about that person also and about this person also. And why are you doing it? Because you want to keep your purity intact. You want to keep your own positive energy, your own peace of mind. With purity comes peace and happiness. If there's no purity, there's no peace and happiness. Purity means absolute positivity. Positive energy, constantly. Purity means connected to those 7 qualities that I wrote earlier. That's your pure self, absolute pure self. And that is powerful. And so when you're more connected to your pure self, you keep yourself pure. Don't allow the others to affect you in a negative way. You have the power to do it to yourself. Do you understand? Yes.
Doesn't that mean you're like being an illusion or putting someone on a pedestal?
No, it's not an illusion. One of the things that we have to know is that we as inner beings, or the souls as we say, the natural nature of every soul is those 7 qualities. Is those 7 qualities. Okay? And so, whatever the person behaves, in whatever manner they behave, still the deep original nature of the soul is peace, love, purity, powers, bliss, happiness. That is what that soul is. And if I look at each and every person as this particular soul, look at them as here, points of lights, light of peace, light of purity, light of power. Okay? Then what that helps you to do is what their negative behavior doesn't affect you because you're only looking at the purity. Do you understand? And so what happens is I keep my own peace of mind, I keep my own happiness. My own peace of mind is that whatever the other person does, it doesn't matter. I behave in a very pure, loving way with the person. See, that does not mean that whatever the person has to do, he will keep on doing with you. You can always deny it. You understand? But you do it with a lot of love, with a lot of peace. The more and more, it's a practice. Everyday practice. And why are you doing it? You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. It will help the other person anyways. It'll help. But I am doing it for myself, not for anyone else. I'm doing it for my own peace of mind. I'm doing it for my own happiness. I'm doing it to tune in to my own powers. World transformation through self-transformation. Self-connection. Self-connection. Yeah. And one more help that you need in this is because you're not so used to keeping ourselves in tune with our powers, you need the help from the Supreme also, from the Supreme power. Like we are souls, he or she doesn't have a gender, also is a soul, supreme soul. And that is what Raj Yoga, Raj means the king of all meditations, Raj Yoga, yoga means connection or communication. And so one very important connection and communication is with ourselves. So how do I connect and communicate with myself? To learn how to do that. Tuning with your own powers. We as human beings have lots of power. We just don't realize it. We don't know how to tune with it, and we don't know how to use it. We learn it with Raj Yoga, which is the ancient science, spiritual science. Deepest science is the spiritual science, and everything else is connected with that. Everything else flows from this spiritual science or spiritual energy that we speak about. And so understanding ourselves and keeping in connection with ourselves, our true selves, is a must. Every single day. It has to be a way of being, a way of life. So every time, thinking is you, the soul, performing the action, which we call as soul consciousness practice. And then connecting with the Supreme Soul, the energy, the spiritual energy that he, she is. He doesn't have a gender. So that gives him even 10 times more power. The love that you feel, the power that you feel, and the way he, she will speak with you, he will not allow you to be unhappy. He will say, you cannot be unhappy. You cannot be sorrowful. You have to be happy. The love that he has for you, it is something to be experienced. You will not find that love anywhere. Nowhere. And that's attuning to the higher power. You, the soul, the beautiful light of peace, and him or her, the soul, the extra powerhouse of peace and love and happiness. That's the second step. Okay. I have to go until 7:45, question and answers, or just question answers. That is, okay. So do you have any questions for me, or should I continue with this? So, yes. Yes.
Wait.
Yeah. Mike.
Yes, so knowledge and wisdom, that's our original quality. Isn't that gained through experience in life?
Yeah, it is. That's true. But there is some knowledge which is taught. And then you do it more, put it into action, and then experience is gained through that. Right? Your parents taught you how to walk. They had to teach you. Walk. Your parents taught you brush your teeth. You might not have liked it, actually. You might have not done it also. They had to push you. Brush your teeth every day. Brush your teeth every day. And then you started doing it. Not very happily. You started doing it. And then afterwards, you realize, yes, I need to brush my teeth because otherwise there's this covering on top of it. Doesn't feel very good. Maybe my mouth stinks. I need to brush it. So that's your experience. When you do it, what's your experience? When you don't do it. But you had to be taught before. Now, the paradox is that everything that we learn is already within us. Okay? As I said, spiritual science is very deep science. Okay? So everything that we are learning is within us, but there is something called as merging and emerging, which you learn in Brahma Kumaris. Merging. So he, she, the Supreme Soul teaches us. Everything is merged within us. He comes and he teaches us how to emerge that. The true wisdom that is there within us, he emerges it and tells, now this is who you are. This is what is right for you. This, if you do it in this manner, will be the best for you. So please do it. Please do it. Okay. You forget. You forget. And then somebody tells you, and the associated memories will come back to you. What you did a month ago also, you're not going to remember what you, every day what you did. Do we? None of us. Even yesterday, the whole day, what did we do? We might forget. But it's there within us. We've performed that. So it's there within us. As somebody comes and reminds, you know what? You remember that day when you did this, 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 this? We had so much fun. And they say, yeah, that's right, we did. Right? So that's why also remember, if you're facing any challenge, the solution is within you. But the more you learn to silence your mind, the more you be in tune with your own powers, you will be able to pick up that solution from within you and use it. And because deep down you will know that this will work because this has worked before. You don't remember the instance, you don't remember what had happened, but you just have the confidence this will work. That's it. Pick it up, use it. And you don't have to ask anyone else. Whatever anyone else says, doesn't matter. 10 people might say you differently, but you will still go ahead and do it because you feel this is it. That's the power of meditation. That's your own power. You're emerging from within. So the Supreme Soul comes and teaches us, all this is not human being knowledge, okay? So we get it from him, her. This is deep spiritual science. We're learning more and more about ourselves. And that's why silencing your mind, that's why all of us in Brahma Kumaris, we sit early in the morning, meditate minimum 45 minutes. If you can't do it, that's fine. 10, 15 minutes at least. Morning, night before you go to sleep is a must. During the day, if you can do, we practice something called as traffic control. So it would be like every hour, 2-3 minutes, we sit down, power of withdrawal. Withdraw from everything. Silence your mind. Silence your mind. The more and more silence you have, you're cutting off the negative and the waste. And so then that silence is power for the soul. It's power for the soul. And then when you come into action, you have cut off everything negative and waste, and you're just into what you're doing. And you do it with peacefully, and you do it with a lot of love. You do it with a lot of freedom from within. So that's why withdrawing is very important. And packing up. Withdraw will help you to pack up your thoughts. Okay, so that's for meditation. Extremely, when we do prayers, what we are doing? Prayer is a form of meditation. Do you realize that? But nowadays, that feeling that should be there with the prayer is not there. That's the thing. When we do chanting and all, it's basically to cut off and silence our mind into that particular one chant. Here, we're doing it with silence. We are not using some things which we don't understand and saying that continuously, but we are consciously silencing our mind and using the mind power the way we want to use it for our own benefit and the benefit of everyone else. That is what a prayer is supposed to do. That is what meditation does. Okay? Yes.
The physical side of meditating. So sometimes you get distracted. Let's say there's no thoughts. I mean, there must be, but I'm not just aware of it. But I'm like physically just fidgety, or is that also connected to my thoughts, or is it because I'm just physically just not in tune with my soul?
Everything is connected to thoughts. Thoughts is when you're thinking, it is connected to the soul. The soul is creating thoughts. I, the soul, am creating thoughts. So when I'm fidgeting and all also, okay, I might be thinking about some uncomfort with the body, which is not comfortable with certain things, or I might be thinking of something else. But I'm expressing it through the body, where I'm just, trying to free myself from that thought. And so I'm going, or just trying to shake, shake, shake. But actually, I'm trying to shake off some thought from my head. So it could be that, or there could be some comfort with the body. And so I'm trying to make the body feel comfortable. That is, the soul is feeling some kind of an uncomfort with the way body is sitting or something which is stopping it. So then you just make it feel make it feel comfortable. The soul will feel anything through the body. Anything else? Anyone else? Any other question? Sure? Okay. So then we'll do a meditation. Yeah? No music. So I'm going to give you some thoughts. You're going to create them. Don't reject any thought. All right? If I say that I'm peace, you're going to feel the peace. Just feel it. That is your original nature. That is who you are. Yeah? It's just that we'd forgotten how to be in that state constantly. So we are practicing and we are practicing to be more and more in that state. Okay? That's what we are doing in meditation. All right, now you can keep your eyes closed or keep your eyes slightly open, because eventually the more and more you learn this meditation, you will learn to do it keeping your eyes open. But whatever you're comfortable with right now, you do that, whether you keep your eyes closed or keep your eyes slightly open like this, your eyelids lowered. Keep your back straight. You can take a back rest, but keep it straight, legs on the ground as much as possible. Yeah. And then just feel, don't say anything, just feel what I'm saying. Yeah. Om Shanti. Today, as I sit here, I relax my body completely. I relax all the muscles of my body. Relax my legs, my hands, my chest, my abdomen. Relax. Let go of any tension in my shoulders. Relax my face. I take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Take another deep breath in and let it out slowly. And as I breathe in and out, I observe myself. All my thoughts have slowed down. I let go of any other thoughts that come into my mind. And I tell myself, I will think of these things later on. Now, I just want to be with myself and attune myself to my own deep, pure me, the spiritual energy that I am. I am a soul. A soul made of peace, Peace is my original nature, natural nature. I am peace, a peaceful being. I sit behind my eyes and this peaceful energy, I make this body of mine function. I am a pure soul. Purity is my original natural nature. I am a pure light. Light of purity. I am a loving, caring, kind, compassionate soul. These are my natural qualities. I am love. Light of love. I love myself and accept myself completely. I care for myself and am kind to myself. I am kindness and compassion. I feel the kindness within me. And I let this energy flow into my body and into the world outside. I am a kind, compassionate, merciful soul. Light of kindness, compassion, and mercy. I am a powerful soul. I have all the powers within me. I can face any challenge in my life. I am power, a courageous, fearless soul. I am peace, a peaceful being, a pure soul. I am peace, 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 I sit in this silence, pure silence of mind, for a few moments. Om Shanti. Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you, Priti, for the wonderful talk on all the tools and tips given. And especially I like about today's talk that the way you explained about the inner power and the qualities and the positive and the negative thoughts. It was very, very interesting. And before we go, I'm going to make a few announcements about our next week talk, same time, same place. And the topic is going beyond role and responsibilities. We do have our reflective meditations every Mondays and Thursdays, 7 to 7:30 p.m. and it's in-house, so everybody is welcome on that. And also we do have new fast-track Raj Yoga morning course starting up, which is starting from 15th of April on Monday till 21st of April Sunday. So it's 7 days and it's in the morning, 6 to 7 a.m. And it's online, so if anybody would like to join it, please go to the Inner Space website and you can register it online. And in line of today's theme, we have a very good book called The Spiritual Mind, A Journey into Awareness by Jim Ryan. It's available in the shop if you wanted to browse it through on your way out. So once again, thank you for joining us and have a safe journey back home, and thank you to our online viewers. Thank you so much.